I'm Dr. Lindsay Doe, clinical sexologist and host of this sex curious show, Sexplanations. This episode is sponsored by the very generous and internationally accessible sex toy store, adamandeve.com. Oh, I missed you. Felicity Azura asked, can you answer all the sex ed questions in this video? Where longtime YouTubers Rhett and Link and their colleagues Josh and Emily share the internet's so-called weirdest sex questions through song, but they don't answer them. So let's answer them. If both partners have long pubes, do they get tangled? How would you get them apart? I don't know of hair from two or more people tangling. This includes pubes to pubes or head to head when you're hugging. I suppose it's possible, especially if there's jewelry or sticky substance, but generally it's not something you need to worry about. Please tell me in the comments if I've misspoken. After applying conditioner to your head hair, you can always use what's left on your hands to condition your pubes, as long as you're careful not to get the product inside the genitals. Does the hair down there go gray? Yes. Pubic hair does go gray or white or silver for multiple reasons, mainly with age as the body loses the melanin which colors the skin and hair. The gray could also be genetic, white-pubed parents, white-pubed offspring, a symptom of vitamin B12 deficiency or other health factors like smoking and stress, which are both linked to going gray. It could be hyperthyroidism and autoimmune diseases. Less common explanations include fungal growth called white piedra or the eggs of pubic lice that make the hair look gray. All those little knit babies on the hair. If your head goes bald, do you lose all of your pubes too? Hair does tend to thin with time, including the thinning or even balding of the pubic area, but it's possible to go bald and stay bushy, just like having a bald head and a hairy back or chest or face with hair coming out of the ears. Exceptions to this would be people who have intentionally removed their pubes, shaving, waxing, electrolysis, etc., or those who have undergone a procedure like chemotherapy, which causes hair all over the body to thin and or fall out. Is it normal to have one long pubic hair in the genital region? Yes. Puberty may start with one long hair on your mons, normal. One sticking out longer than the rest, also normal. Pubes are in different growth phases, and so one might be at the beginning of its cycle while the other is at its peak. The typical length range is 1 to 4 centimeters, so one 3.81 centimeter unicorn pube, yeah, normal. What is pubic hair there for? I already made a video about this. If a woman has a threesome and an STD, can the STD travel through the woman and through the man and infect the third person? Travel through isn't how I would describe it, but yes, infections can be transmitted through genitals, like a threesome between my mouth and these peens. Sexually transmitted infections can go from this one to out. If you intercourse longer, is the baby born bigger? Birth size is related to the mother's size, age, and health, circulatory system, substance use, blood sugars. At this time, it isn't known if there's a positive correlation between duration of intercourse and the resulting infant's birth weight. Is it oral sex when you talk about sex? If that's true, are we doing it now? I also have a video on this. Can you catch an STD over the phone? No, unless you're having sex on top of a phone. As you know, they're flat these days. You might just on the phone. Can you run out of sperm? If you're able to produce sperm, having sex, wet dreams, and masturbating isn't going to cause you to run out. But 1% of the population does experience azoospermia, or absence of sperm, either because the testicles don't make the sperm or because the sperm doesn't leave the body. Can't get out. They just This video explains ejaculation. Why does it make noises when having sexual intercourse? Cue video about sex noises. So the teacher told us wearing 2 condoms is actually less effective because of the increased friction. And a top mind in my class asked, if you go fast enough, could you start a fire? No, the condoms would tear before enough friction at high speed thrusting could cause low flammability objects to spark, like vulvas, anuses, condoms, which is why they aren't effective if there's friction. The condoms break. Can you use a Skittles bag as a condom? Please don't. Is this comfortable for anyone? I don't want these sharp edges in my cooch. Do they make chicken-flavored condoms? A marketing campaign teased about chicken tikka masala condoms, but I don't believe they ever went into production. The most savory flavor I found, not used, is bacon. More often, blowjobs are enhanced with condoms to taste or at least smell like bananas, strawberry, vanilla, mint, and grape, which you can get at adamandeve.com. In an emergency, could a clown use a balloon as a condom? What is the emergency? To prevent infections in pregnancy? Probably not. Balloons are not designed for that. To all the clowns out there, Please don't. Do the balls go into the condoms too? They can. All sorts of things can go into condoms, but for condoms to work properly, it is best to roll them down over the shaft and not stretch them over the scrotum. This goes for balls working properly too. If sperms have tails, then why don't we? We are not the same as our cells. Video. If sperms don't have eyes, then why do we have eyes? Still the video that's on the screen. Can you keep a sperm in a jar like pets in a fish tank? Yes, here's me with my jar of sperm. They can live maybe half an hour in a jar. So if you like keeping dead pets, then yes, very similar. Note, sperm can live inside the body much longer, for closer to 5 days. If you're having sex with a girl and she farts, will your balls explode? No. I'm guessing you're thinking that if she farted during anal sex and the penis is in the anus blocking the flow of air out, the fart would go up the urethra of the penis, through the reproductive tubing, to the testicles, and kablam! If a fart is that bold, it will more likely push the penis out of the rectum. When the penis goes into the Virginia, does it happen quietly or does it click like a key in a lock? Either, and many more possibilities. It can be quiet, juicy sounding, more of a suction, a clapping, or a rustling. It's like a finger in a mouth. The sound depends on the pressure, viscosity, shape, and size of the organs. In 6th grade sex ed class, Jake raised his hand and asked, "Can I get an erection and a boner at the same time?" Jake, you get all the stars for your curiosity. A boner is another word for an erection, same as a hard-on, a stiffy, and a woody. A 5th grade girl asked, "Do erections hurt?" Then the teacher said no, and then a 5th grade boy said, "Yes, it does if you're wearing tight jeans." Yes, 5th grade boy, challenge authority, inspire them to stay curious. Stay curious. Oh, sponsor. Look, you can go to adamandeve.com and you can type the promo code DOE, my last name, DOE, when you're going to checkout, and you can get 50% off an eligible item plus free shipping in the US and Canada. They're a good company. 20% of their profits go to fighting HIV spread. Boop, 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 boop. Beep, 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 beep. Did we talk about how these parts here go into a vagina or an orifice so that it's a strapless strap-on, and then you have basically a phallus, a dick coming out of your pelvis, kabam, while it vibrates on the inside, and the clit. What? AdamandEve.com. Stay curious. Friction at high speed thrusting low objects could hear para. Is this how sex happens? Yeah! Pubes hair before there's enough friction and I wish I could go all the way around.